it crashed, and we felt and heard it pop on someone's house, and we were like, oh my God.
Terrifying moments in the East County today when a small plane came crashing down into a Santee neighborhood, killing at least 2 people. Good evening and welcome to the 10 o'clock news. I'm Marcella Lee.
And I'm Jesse Pagan. The plane went down around 12:15 this afternoon at the intersection of Jeremy and Greencastle, just blocks from Santana High School. At least 2 people died, the pilot of the plane and a UPS driver who was making deliveries in the neighborhood. The
plane burst into a fireball when it crashed, and neighbors rushed toward the fiery chaos and helped rescue a married couple from one of the burning homes. The wife was helped out of the window. The husband was helped out of the backyard. That couple was taken to a hospital to be treated for burns and smoke inhalation. We have team coverage tonight from Santee. News 8's LaMonica Peters is standing by with a look at the impact the crash is having on the neighborhood.
But we begin with News 8's Richard Allen, who has more on what we're learning about the pilot and the final moments of the flight. Richard?
And Jesse and Marcella, we have learned that the Cessna, which crashed into the Santee neighborhood this afternoon, leaving behind this scene of utter devastation, was owned by Dr. Sugata Das. Now, he's a cardiologist at the Yuma Regional Medical Center in Yuma, Arizona. Now, tonight, the center's medical director issued this statement saying that Dr. Das is an outstanding cardiologist and dedicated family man. He leaves behind a lasting legacy. We extend prayers and support to his family, colleagues, and friends during this difficult time. This home security camera video shows the twin-engine Cessna as it plunges from the sky and hurtles to the ground below. A moment later, a fiery explosion that can be seen from miles away. At least 2 people have died and 2 homes destroyed. Minutes earlier, air traffic control noticed something wasn't right.
Your 22 Golf, looks like you're drifting right of course. Are you correcting?
The audio between the pilot of the Cessna heading from Yuma to Montgomery Field and the air traffic controller reveals moments of intense alarm and possible confusion.
Low altitude alert.
The controller on the ground warning the pilot that he's flying dangerously low, requesting that he increase his altitude.
Climb immediately, maintain 4,000.
1,000, climbing immediately, 2 to go.
Okay, it looks like you're descending, sir. I need to make sure you are climbing, not descending.
Go to climbing.
And then just a half minute later...
Air 22 Golf, low altitude alert. Climb immediately. Climb the airplane, maintain 5,000. Expedite climb. Climb the airplane, please.
I believe the pilot was totally disoriented.
Robert Katz is a certified flight instructor. He says the track log data captured on the website FlightAware tells the story of how this flight came to an end, detailing how erratically the Cessna was climbing and descending in the final moments. Katz says the cloud ceiling was low enough at the time that the pilot would have had to use an instrument landing system approaching Montgomery Field.
In my opinion, he's clearly disoriented at that point. He does not know which way is up. And he's just along for the ride. So is anyone else on board that airplane, unfortunately.
And local authorities tell us that the FAA will be taking over this accident scene. Also, Katz says that the NTSB will be conducting its own in-depth investigation into what caused today's crash, an investigation that could take up to 2 years to complete. Jesse and Marcella?
All right, Richard, thank you. The UPS driver who was killed in the crash is being identified on social media by UPS employees as Steve Kruger, a driver for the company for more than 30 years. Neighbors tell us he was a regular in the neighborhood and was believed to have been near retirement. In a statement, UPS told News 8, quote, "We are heartbroken by the loss of our employee and extend our deepest condolences to his family and friends. We also send our condolences for the other individuals who are involved in this incident and their family and friends." A young couple lived in one of the 2 homes destroyed. Unfortunately, they were not home when that plane went down.
News 8's LaMonica Peters continues our live team coverage in Santee tonight, talking with some of the couple's family. LaMonica?
I talked to the couple's sister because understandably they weren't ready to speak about this publicly, but she says the family is coming together to show them as much support as possible.
There's somebody back there. It's incredibly devastating, but it could have been way worse.
Brianna King says she and her family are grateful that her brother Cody and his wife Courtney are alive. Their home was destroyed and now they just hope to salvage whatever they can from what's left of it. Debris from the crash could be seen in the street and yards a block away. King also says her brother just got married in May and a couple of weeks later bought this house on Greencastle Street.
They bought the house, have been remodeling it, spending all kinds of time working on it. Literally just finished remodel yesterday.
Right now, the couple is staying with family, and King says people have already reached out to them to try and help. In the meantime, the intersection of Jeremy and Greencastle will be blocked off throughout the night as law enforcement continues to sift through the wreckage. The FAA and the NTSB are expected to pick up the investigation Tuesday morning. Helping her brother and sister-in-law get their lives back is the #1 priority, but King says she keeps thinking about how differently this traumatic experience could have turned out.
My brother was supposed to only work a short shift today and be home, but he ended up working because he works locally.
Now, it'll most likely take some time before authorities figure out exactly what happened here, what caused this plane to crash, but the Santee community is stepping up to show support for those in need. The couple's family has established a GoFundMe page, and you can go to our website at cbs8.com and click on the help button if you'd like to donate.
All right, LaMonica, thank you. Now stay with us for the latest on this tragedy in Santee. You can follow us on our digital platforms for the latest updates. We'll also have more for you coming up in our second half hour right here on the 10 o'clock news.